Fence might be You see that doe right there?
Mm.
Went over the top of that 8-foot fence.
That doe right there did?
Yep. I think she must have jumped up on top of that thing.
Mm-hmm. And lunged.
She was one of my best does, not all of them. My whole thing is they were scuffed up because they were in the fence. Some of them stuck their heads through the fence.
Jeez.
Killed one from over there.
All right, sir. First of all, your name?
My name is John Christlieb with Christlieb Whitetails.
Spell your first and last name? Or I mean your last name, I'm sorry.
Christlieb.
John, how many deer do you have out here right now?
There's probably 55, 60 adult deer and another 35 fawns.
Tell me what happened last night.
I came home from work and I heard a yelp down this way. So I grabbed the gun and walked down here. And when I opened the gate on the little gate to the left there, the 6-footer, I saw a fawn dead there. And I just opened it a little bit to take a peek, see what was going on. And when it lifted its head, 2 pit bulls and a border collie ran over and just started tearing it to pieces. And so I stepped in, and when I did, I shot the black and white one right there, and the red one took part of that round, and they exited where they came in through the barn over here. And so when I stepped in, this whole pen was just full of dead deer. There were 8 adult deer left in here and 15 or 16 fawns. Every single one of them were dead. There were 3 that were alive, and I carried one of them up to the house, but he only lasted about an hour.
You got one doe back here. She's kind of wanting back in this empty pen now, huh?
Yep, and that's the lone survivor of this pen. She must have jumped over the fence back over here where there's a little bit of shelter. They must have drove her up on the top of that, and she launched herself over and survived. But that's the only one that made it out of here.
Have you ever had anything like this happen out here before?
No, I've had dogs get in my turkeys and chickens before, you know, and just kind of run them off. But these dogs were just in a frenzy, a bloody frenzy. Anything that moved, they were just. If a fawn picked up its head, they'd run over there and just start munching on it.
And you've got kids out here. You've got
well, I've got
workers out here.
grandkids and I've got girls that feed my deer. If they'd have walked in on that and the dogs had attacked just whatever movement, it could have been horrible. And these dogs, I don't know, I seriously doubt that this is the first time these dogs have done something like this, but they'll definitely do it again. I mean, whether it's other people's livestock or if they bite somebody or whatever, it's gonna happen again.
I mean, deer, quite a few deer, the cost has got to be tremendous on something like this. I mean, were you raising deer and all?
Some of the brood does I had were really high-end brood does. I'm guessing I lost 130, 150 grand yesterday between the does and the fawns, and I don't have insurance. I can't afford to lose that kind of money.
How long have you been breeding deer out here?
6 years now. I started out with 9 does, and I've got 6 pens full of deer now.
Gosh. So what, just beef it up a little bit, or what are you going to try to do? Just watch these dogs? Or
I
what?
can run more hot wire. What can you do? There's electric fence all the way around this place. There's predator wire to where they can't dig all the way around this place. There's another perimeter of electric fence on the outside all the way around this place. They dug in through the barn. This little building over here, they dug holes until they got all the way in here. I guess they'd been in the fence a few times before and they knew to stay away from the electric fence and found a place where they could get in. And that's what they did.
What's it take to raise these deer? I mean, got to be quite a bit of work on it.
Half of the does in here, all the does I usually bottle raise. I take the does away from their mama and raise them on a bottle to tame them. So they're like pets. And the bucks you leave in here. Most of the deer that were in here, the fawns in here were bucks. There was only 2 doe fawns in here. Most of them were bucks that I'd gotten from artificially inseminating big bucks to my does to just get nice deer. And so every one of these fawns in here, I'd already spent $1,500 to have them bred the way they were bred and to get that bloodline. Now they're all gone.
All right.
I came home and there were does and fawns scattered everywhere with fawns' heads sticking through the fence and the dogs chewing on them. It's just like,
What about dog? Kind of describe the dogs that were involved in that a little bit more.
there were 3 pit bulls, a black one with a white chest, a big red one, really nice looking dog, another black one, and then a border collie, a black border collie, nice looking little, you know, like a 18, 20 inch tall border collie.
And you're able to shoot one of the dogs.
I shot the black and white one that was tossing the fawn around over here, and through a pass through, I think the red dog caught part of that round too. So.
Were you able to find and locate those 2 dogs then?
The black and white one went down right there. The red one made it out. He ran over here to the barn, and I thought, that's it, he's done. But then that's how they got in. They went out the same way they came in. And so I was really surprised they just all disappeared into the barn and they were gone. And so.
All right. Tell me what it takes to, I mean, you've got to register these with the state each year?
Every adult deer in here is registered with Parks and Wildlife. They're tattooed, they're microchipped, they're all tagged with their unique number in their ear and tattooed in their ear. They're all registered with the state. Everyone that dies, I have to report to the state. All these deer that were killed here, I have to take the heads off and give the heads to the state, or give the brain stem and the glands out of them to the state to prove that these were my deer and that they're died. I have to ship the ears with all of those.
Jeez.
It's
got to be tough after raising them like that.
Yeah. Well, half of these deer I raised from the time they were babies with a bottle. And I bottle fed them until they were old enough to be on their own. And then they were 2 years old and I bred them. These were their first babies. And now they're dead. All their babies are dead. You know, it's gone. The babies are already a year's worth of work just to get a fawn that big. I've got a year and about $750 per fawn in it just to get it that big. God. And they're all wiped out yesterday in a couple hours of just irresponsible dog owners, you know.
Lone survivor number 8, huh?
Yeah. I was shocked to find her in here this morning. You
didn't realize she was here till later?
I didn't realize she was here. Well, it was, him and I walked through here and photographed all the deer and their unique number. Wasn't in here. Found her this morning. I mean, what's she doing there, baby?
She come right up to you.
Yeah, it's okay. Freaked out by all those dogs yesterday, weren't you? There you go. They got hammered yesterday. They were just running around, bouncing off the fence. You can see some of them are pretty tore up. She's not. You're too smart for that, aren't you? Bottle raised you, didn't I? Raised you from a bottle.
Yeah.
Hey, girls. I'm watching the dog over there. Come here. Come here, Adele. Come here, babe. Says you ain't got a snack.
There you.
Hey, there you go, Mama. What you doing there? Huh? What you doing there? You're my girl, aren't you? Yeah. You're my girl. You had a rough day yesterday, didn't you? Seeing all your friends wiped out. Yeah. What you doing? Says, give me a snack, Dad. I didn't bring any snacks. Didn't come prepared, did I? I love watermelon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Spin it up, spin it up. See what that is, huh? See what that is? See what that is? See what that is? Yeah. Yeah, see? Mm-hmm.
That one's only got one eye. Her face.
Really?
There, yep. Weren't you? That's how you got your name. Doing there. Somebody didn't like you. They keep scratching you up, don't they? What's up, girls? What's up, girls?
Better than.
You walk around there, they're pretty friendly. Hey boys, it's all right. These two are still on the bottle. Hey, this one's coffee and that one's cream.
Coffee and cream.
Coffee and cream. Come here. When this one was born, it was ouch, down there in the corner. And I thought they got into some trash or set it up on top of the shelter there. And I get under there and make sure he's got all his fingers and toes and what have you. And as I backed out, I banged my head on the roof there, and that cup of coffee spilled on the back of my head. And that was his name, Coffee. That was his name, wasn't it? Come here. He's got red eyes, pink hooves, and pink nose. Don't you? Don't you?
How often you get albino like that?
1 in 30,000.
Gee whiz. I had 2 this year.
Yep, I had 2 this year. Of course, the mamas are dead now, so.
Were they albino also, or?
No.
No?
Nope. What you doing there, huh? You hungry? You know why I call her Adele? My brood buck, his name's Springsteen, and Adele's Bruce Springsteen's mom. So you're named Adele. What's up, boys? See this buck right through here with no horns? He was really in distress. His horns were already huge. And
There's some racks on some of those.
nice deer in there, aren't
Yeah, really.
there? Check out the one on the left down here. Look, that's a dandy, isn't it? He's 36 inches wide. Hey, boys.